Imagine this, you sell your home, but you're unable to find another house that you'd like to buy, and you're stuck scrambling, looking for a rental for temporary housing. Or you go out and you buy a house, but you're unable to sell your house. You're stuck with two mortgages and you can't afford both homes. Both sound like a nightmare scenario. And quite frankly, this is one of the questions that I get asked the most. Should I buy a house first or sell my house first? And honestly, there's not a one size fits all approach. There's several questions and options that you may have. So I'm going to walk you through those. If we haven't met, I'm Trey Dauby with Dauby Real Estate, the #1 team here in Southwest Indiana, where we've served over 3,500 families and we have over 800 five-star reviews on Google. And I want to walk you through your options if you're thinking about upsizing and you need to sell a house to buy another one, or maybe you're looking to downsize, sell your bigger home and move into a smaller home. I want to walk you through your options and the questions that I often ask. So option number one, sell your home first. Let's walk through the advantages and the disadvantages of selling your home before you buy another one. The number one advantage is you know where you stand financially. You know how much money you're going to walk away from in regards to the sale of the house. The second advantage is you're not going to have two mortgages. You know that you've sold your house. When you buy a new house, you'll only have one payment. So that means you'll have less financial stress on you. The third thing is it enables you to negotiate with power and confidence. What do I mean by that? Well, since you know where you stand financially, you know how much money you're going to walk away with, you can negotiate with confidence on that house. And if you're not doing it with any contingencies, it gives you a place of power on your purchase agreement because it's not contingent upon the sale of your house. So these are the advantages, but what are maybe some of the disadvantages of selling your house first? As I mentioned, you may not find a home immediately and you'll have to find some temporary housing, or the timelines may not work out right and you're going to have to move twice, move into a rental, a short-term rental, or move in with friends and family and then move into the house that you're buying. Or you may have to go out and get some storage space. So that's an added expense that you obviously don't want. And then another disadvantage is you have the pressure to find a home quickly because you have already sold your house. So option one, sell your house first and go out and buy another one. Option number two would be to go out and actually buy a home before you actually sell yours. Now there's some advantages and disadvantages to this, obviously. Obviously some of the advantages is you're only gonna have to move once. You're not gonna have to figure out storage. You're not going to have to move in with family or do temporary housing. You know where you're moving and you're moving just one time. It's less stressful in regards to the move. It could be a little bit more stressful on the financial side, but physically you're not going to have to move everything twice and go through the hassle of storage units, living somewhere else, and the stress of moving, hiring movers, or physically moving yourself. But there are some disadvantages to buying a home first. Number one is, can you qualify? Meaning, can you get another mortgage for another house or do a bridge loan that allows you to have this flexibility? Number two, a disadvantage is maybe you can't qualify and you're going to have to write a contingent offer. Again, that takes away from some of your negotiating power. The seller won't take your offer as seriously in some situations. It depends on the situation. But if a house just hits the market today and you write an offer that's contingent, if they feel like they've priced it right, they have a lot of showings lined up, they may not take your offer serious at this moment because it is contingent. But if it's been on the market for 14 days, 30 days, they are more likely to take it serious because they want to sell their house, and you listing your house gives them double the odds of selling their home quicker. And the other disadvantage is what happens if your home doesn't sell. You obviously have the financial stress in that scenario. Or maybe the home doesn't sell for as much as you think you can sell it for, and you get desperate and you have to take a lower offer on the house because you bought a house before selling yours. But ultimately it boils down to each unique situation. And at this point, I come into the scenario and I ask questions. I ask questions that's going to help me figure out what is the best scenario for you. Like the number one question I'd ask is, can you financially afford to carry two homes? Can you afford to have two mortgages, two sets of utilities, two sets of property taxes over an extended period of time? Yes, our goal is going to be to minimize it, but let's say the house doesn't sell immediately and now you are stuck carrying two homes. Can you financially afford to carry those two homes? My second question is what's your stress tolerance? Would you rather be stressed about carrying two homes, or would you rather be stressed about possibly moving twice? And sometimes we can work both those out. Maybe you're in a good financial position and you're not going to be stressed about carrying two homes, so you'd rather move once. Or you may say, hey, I am tight financially. I would rather deal with the stress of moving twice. I think we can time this out and it's not as big of a deal. So it's the financial stress or the physical stress of moving. The next question that I ask more for myself is how quickly would your house sell? So I'd have to do a walkthrough and figure out more about your house and the pricing strategy and the marketing strategy you're going to use, but how quickly would your house sell? There are some situations where I go in and I'm like, hey, I know this house, I know this neighborhood, we're going to be able to sell this quickly with certainty. So that gives us some answers. If you're in more of a unique situation, that can take some of that certainty away, and then there's a little bit less certainty. We're not sure exactly what's going to happen. And then the fourth question is how competitive is the market? Because if the market's super competitive for a house like yours, again, we know it's going to sell quickly. We know what it's going to sell for. But if it's a slow market based on what you have, then obviously there's that less certainty that I just spoke about. So ultimately, you have two options, either sell first and then buy, or buy first and then sell. But the third option is contingencies. This is where we actually write offers on other houses contingent upon your house selling. There's a first right contingency, which gives you a little bit more time. It gives you the power as the buyer. And then there's a limited contingency, which is more likely to get accepted, but the seller has the upper hand in regards to they can accept another offer at any time. So there's a lot of options. Now I'm going to walk you through what my process here is at Dauby Real Estate so that we can help you make the best decision for you. And that process looks like this. I'm going to ask you some questions, help figure out what's the best scenario for you, but ultimately what I'm going to need to do is just do a walkthrough of your house. And I do this completely, it's completely complimentary. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no obligation. It's not like you have to sign documents to either work with me on the buy side or the sell side. I am strictly here to be a consultant to you and advise you. And so whenever I do the walkthrough, I'm going to take a look at your house and talk about what's the condition of the home. Are there things that need to be done in order to get it ready to sell? What's the value of the home? What are comparable homes selling for? What adjustments do we need to make? How long is the home realistically going to sit on the market? What's the average days on market for your area, for your neighborhood, for those type of homes? We're going to look at and analyze all of that data. And then we're going to kind of come up with a game plan. Is it best to go out and find a house and then sell, or sell and then buy? And one of the things that a lot of people like doing is where we actually go out, we get everything signed to get your house ready to go on market. We take all the photos of your house so that as soon as you find a home that is contingent upon selling your house, we can instantly flip a switch, make yours live, start marketing it. And so you have a lot of different options, but again, it's always going to be unique to you and your situation. And so for the best way for us to determine what is best for you is to be a consultant, ask the right questions, and lead you to what will work best for you and your particular situations. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, 812-777-4611, or you can reach me at daubyrealestate.com. Again, I'm Trey with Dauby Real Estate, and I hope you have a great day.